Hey guys, so anything that I say in this video is my opinion only, and everything is allegedly. So with that said, the very first thing that I want to talk about is Kiely Rodni's mom. And before I say anything, I want to say this. This woman has lost a child. I can't imagine, I won't even pretend to imagine what she is going through. We have all had tragedies in our lives, but very few of us, by the grace of God, will ever know the pain that she is in. And I am not in any way trying to badmouth her. I understand that when we are in excruciating emotional pain, we do and we say things that sometimes is more like lashing out, right? And I think that happened here. She made a post regarding Adventures with Purpose. And in this post, she was talking about being unhappy over the fact that they never reached out to her, they never sent her condolences. And she goes on to say that they are not heroes and that people should not let them take the pen and become the author of this story because this story is her story and not theirs. Now, of course, it wasn't very nice to say. Again, she is in extraordinary pain. I don't care if the woman is, shouting on the rooftops of her roof and cussing out every person that's ever walked this earth. I'm going to let her do whatever she wants given her situation. However, people that are agreeing with this sentiment that are not in the same pain that she is in is baffling to me. Adventures with Purpose absolutely was a hero in this story. We have a situation where a young girl went missing and the local law enforcement searched the area and were unable to locate her. Adventures with Purpose came in and they located her. That is their only obligation in this story. Now, them not sending condolences to the family, to me, that's irrelevant. They did what they came to do. They found Kiely so that this family could give her a proper burial. Then there became this whole entire debacle over who notified the family. So Steve Fisher, who is a PI and also apparently a fashion photographer, is all over Twitter and talking about how Adventures with Purpose did not notify the family and how the mother had to find out while she was at a sushi restaurant and that she found out from the waitress. Well, I mean, there are photographs of the grandfather and the father on scene when the car was being taken out. So whether or not Adventures with Purpose notified the family, they were notified. Law enforcement was there. There were extended family members there, not even extended. The father was there. He's an immediate family member. How or when the mother got notified does not fall on the shoulders of Adventures with Purpose, in my opinion. They came, they found her, law enforcement was there, their job was done, they left, and they actually left rather quickly. And some stuff has been made out of that, that they were kind of off scene really quickly. Well, if you think about it, most of the cases that they investigate are cold cases. Very rarely are they involved in an ongoing investigation. So to me, it would make sense they located the body and they walked away. They washed their hands of it and let law enforcement take over. It would be law enforcement's duty to notify the family, in my opinion. So I'm not sure why that is such a sticking point in the story, but trust me, it is. There are Facebook pages finding Kiely that now, of course, that she's been found are just discussion pages about the case. And there's Twitter and there's YouTube and there's everything. And there's a lot being made out of this notification to the family. And again, and please, do not crucify me in the comments. If you were at a sushi restaurant and not at the scene when they were searching for your daughter, on you that you found out accidentally from a waitress that saw it on social media before your ex-husband and either father-in-law or father notified you, or before law enforcement notified you. And I'm not saying she didn't have a right to be out having sushi. Listen, maybe it was just way too much for her to be on scene. If I were in that situation, yes, I would have been on scene, but I also would have been, probably passed out on the ground. So I wouldn't have been notified anyway, because I would have just fainted long before they even, pulled the car up. So I'm not judging her, but I'm saying that the facts are what they are. You weren't on location. You were somewhere else. Somebody where you were happened to see it on social media. That is very unfortunate, but that's what happened, and that's what happened. And I don't mean to be dismissive of it, but again, I'm saying that does not fall, in my opinion, on the shoulders of Adventures with Purpose. They came to find the body. They found the body. It's an ongoing investigation. They left it to the authorities, and that's that. That's that. So now, let me talk about this Steve, this private investigator. I can't for the life of me figure out if he's actually hired by the family or if he has just kind of put himself there in the middle of it. I asked him that on Twitter, and as of yet, he has not responded. And I also asked him, what is his grudge with Adventures with Purpose and this whole who notified them, who didn't, I mean, it does not seem to be, to me, such a hot button issue. I'm not sure what, the issue is between him and them, but he definitely seems to have it out for them. And now they apparently have said that they will release a video at the end of the week to basically answer to some of the allegations made by Mr. Fisher. So we'll wait and we'll see if that happens. I don't know who this person is, but he definitely seems to speak for the family, but seems to have the most contact with the grandfather of Kiely more than anybody else. So I don't know. We'll see if he answers me. Then there's the Ryan Upchurch thing. So as of my last video, we were discussing his rather controversial video about Kiely not being real and his actual full belief that was the situation, and people getting really upset by that video. And in the comments, somebody told me that he removed the video. And I was surprised by that, because I thought, well, he's really passionate about this. So I couldn't see him. He also seems like he has a stubborn personality. So I couldn't really see him of his own free will deleting it. So I looked into that. Now, apparently, somebody who uses the name Cindy Bomb or Cinder Bomb on Twitter wrote on Twitter that she reported the videos and that she got an email stating that YouTube had looked into the videos and had decided that they violated the community standards and they took the videos down. So that's just what she says. I don't know if there's any fact behind it, but allegedly YouTube took the videos down, not Ryan Upchurch. Let's discuss that for a minute. I have been very vocal in saying that even though I don't agree with his theory, I believe he has every right to voice it if that is what he truly believes, as long as he is making it clear that that is his belief. The fact that it was taken down should upset you, even if you think he's a nut, even if you think that he is batshit crazy for what he is saying. It should upset you that YouTube took the videos down, because it is a slippery slope. Just because somebody has a belief that is different than what you might believe, or even what the majority of people might believe, doesn't mean that they don't have just as much right to voice it as I do or you do to say what we believe happened in this case. Tons of people believe this was absolutely nothing more than a tragic teen drunk driving accident. And lots of people believe that there is foul play that needs to be uncovered. Who is to say what I should believe, or, whether or not my video should stay up just because it contradicts your belief? Now, a lot of people have said, well, it was very upsetting to Kiely's family. And in fact, Mr. Fisher himself, the PI, actually tweeted on Twitter that the parents had become aware of Mr. Upchurch's comments or his, his allegations or his theories, and they were very upset by them. Again, I'm going to say this. Here's the issue. When a case is highly publicized, it is going to attract the attention of the general public and certainly of people on YouTube that proclaim themselves to be armchair detectives. I mean, I'm in that category, so, sleuths, whatever, who are trying to uncover what they believe might be nefarious events that took place. And that's just going to happen. And no matter what, whether it's a case like the Summer Wells case where you believe the parents are guilty and, they're being picked apart, any of these kind of cases, things are going to be said that, of course, would be upsetting to the actual family. These are real people. I get that. These are real human beings with real feelings. But this is the reality of whether it's journalism, whether it's, detective work, not by any means saying that people like myself who just have a YouTube channel are, journalists and detectives. But what I'm saying is, using those same kind of tactics of researching and trying to get to the truth is going to be ugly sometimes. It is going to be full of speculation and full of theories, and you have to kind of check them off and rule them out before you ever get to the truth. That is going to be upsetting to the family, and as sad as that is, and as unfair as that is, that's just the way that it is. That's life, okay? So if I were the family in any kind of high-profile case, I would stay off social media completely. Not saying that they don't have a right to be on social media. Please do not misconstrue what I'm saying. But I'm saying a lot of what's going to be on there is going to be hurtful. Right now, there's rumors that Kiely may have been pregnant, and there's all of this other kind of stuff, and that she may have even given a spontaneous birth in the car. I mean, we don't know that any of these things are true. But as these rumors come out, they will be researched, they will be investigated. People will try to get to the bottom of it. And all of this would be really terrible if I were the mom, the dad, the grandpa, the cousins, the whatevers. I would not want to hear any of it. So I think it would be best for any victim's family to stay off of social media during a time like this, because regardless of Ryan Upchurch, everything that's out there in some way is going to be upsetting. So it's unfair to say that as everybody is trying to get to the truth, that we're going to spotlight this one person and say, well, he's upsetting the family. Come on. Really? If you know that your daughter's real, what he's saying is probably ludicrous to them, and so it should be less upsetting than some of what's out there. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So that's that. Ryan Upchurch allegedly did not remove his videos. YouTube did. And that's been kind of a thing that's been going on for, I don't know, I want to say like at least the last 5+ years, because back in the day, you could find all kinds of conspiracy videos on YouTube, and on Google. It's very hard now to find it unless you go to some alternate platforms like BitChute and those kind of platforms. You really can't find them because they've been trying to take them down, and a lot of that happened after, the Alex Jones thing. And really, I think it was less about Alex Jones, even though he was sued. I think it was that guy Wolfgang. You remember him? Because he allegedly was out there in Sandy Hook, like harassing, and I say it like that because I don't know if he actually really was or not, but he allegedly was harassing the families. And so I think after that point, they started trying to pull back a lot of videos or information on the internet that could be considered conspiracies. So that's that. I just want to pop on here and just kind of get your thoughts on all of that. This whole this whole animosity between Steve Fisher, the PI, and Adventures with Purpose, and I'm not even sure why there should be an issue. Adventures with Purpose came, they did their job, they left, they're pretty much out of it at this point. They have nothing more to do with it. You know, a lot of people are speculating on the comment that they made that a lot of heavy stuff was going to come out of this after the car was found, and people were like, what did they see down there that led them to say that? I don't know, but it's an ongoing investigation, so I doubt that they're going to elaborate very much on that. And beyond that, I mean, they're done. They're done. They're done, at least for now. Like, they're done. So I don't know why this investigator feels so much animosity towards them. Really, I don't know why the family does. But, you know, again, like I said, they're in a level of pain that most of us will never, thank God, reach. So I'm not gonna worry too much about what they're saying, but I will say this to the family: like, our present thoughts are with you, and I understand, you know, misguided anger, but they found your baby girl. They found your baby girl, so you can give her a proper burial. You know, she's not sitting in the bottom of that lake because law enforcement, for whatever reason, did not locate her. And they did. So, you know, they are heroes to most of us, you know, they are. As for law enforcement, you know, that's like a whole other video, but like, there's so much coming out that just is mind-boggling. You know, we have the fact that they never located the body, which, you know, a lot of people say, well, they were inexperienced. Okay. But, you know, now there are allegations that the sheriff's son may possibly have been at that party, and that kind of raises an eyebrow about some of like the weird silence going on about what may or may not have taken place at that party, and, you know, allegations of misconduct in the past by the sheriff. So buckle your seatbelts, because it is going to be a wild ride. I think that this is going to get a lot crazier before it simmers down and the truth comes out, if we ever know the whole truth. So that's it. I will talk to you soon. Please let me know in the comments what you think about Steve Fisher, the PI, and if he reaches out to me, I will definitely let you know, or if he answers me. He hasn't as of yet, unless he did while I was making this video. And Adventures with Purpose, like, where do you stand on that? Does it matter if they were the ones that notified the family or not? They got notified. Like, do you think it was their job to notify them? Do you think it was law enforcement's job to notify them? And what do you think is the underlying issue between this investigator and them? Is it valid, or is it just nonsense and he needs to let it go? Because it's out there. It's like a, what do they say, mountain out of a molehill. It's like huge, and to me it feels like it's irrelevant. So let me know what you think. All right, bye.